Yo, what it do when it's doing it. Sharon Moore out here cooking. Sharon cooking in this recruiting. Esposito, Lamar Morgan, all them boys is cooking. And it's beautiful to see. Do you see me? Yeah, it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. You know, getting these players, getting Michigan up where they should be in recruiting is big. Because if you want to consistently be a top program, it starts with recruiting. Because if you don't have the recruits, if you're not stacking up those recruiting classes, then you're gonna hit a dry spell where guys are really young and they have to learn. You get what I'm saying? Or you look up and your cupboard is kind of bare, and you got lower level kind of guys that have to play and start now. So it's a problem, you know. So Michigan looking like they're cooking last year with a number 6 class. This year, who knows how good this class might end up being, as long as, you know, everything goes cool with the NCAA. This class looks like it might be top 5 and up by the end of the year. You know, so Sharon Moore coming in and looking like he's going to have 2 top 10 classes. And if he keeps it up, who knows where Michigan could be? You know what I'm saying? So it's big time. It's big time. We cooking with grease, boy. You cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with that. We just got a safety, Andre Clark. You know, shout out to M3. He just posted a video about him. And what can I say? It's beautiful. Michigan went from not being able to recruit for a month. Then we go to, start getting guys. And we go from rank 35 in the class to number 9 right now. And rising. Number 9 and rising. And I ain't talking about Cam. Not Cam rising. Not the old QB. I'm talking about rising in the rankings. Yes, sir. Let me see what's saying. Went from ashy to classy. Yes, sir. Yeah. And if we get Russell and Hyder, or hopefully we get both of them, then this class is gonna take another big jump. Because like I was saying yesterday, if you were watching the live yesterday, a 5-star gives you a hell of a boost in those recruiting rankings. It gives you a hell of a boost. So if you get a couple 5 stars, it's gonna shoot you up. You saw what Bryce did to the class. You saw what Bryce, how he boosted it up. I mean, he was the number 1 player, but still, getting those 5 stars, it gives you a huge boost in the rankings, you know. And you got to see what they do, but you know what I mean. But yeah, they cooking as far as that goes. What else I wanted to talk about? Ohio State fans saying we paying. I was in Minister Sports chat, you know, they in there. Some of them, yeah, Michigan's paying. I'll never pay for a high school recruit. Oh, please. You ain't paying nothing, bro. You don't work for the school. You ain't paying nothing. What are you talking about? I'd rather pay for a transfer. Oh, yeah. You're not a coach. You're not coaching, and you're not having to deal with this NIL. It's nice to talk about it like you are, but you're not. I'd rather pay for this. Yeah, I'd rather pay for this. Bro, this is a new day, and you're not a college coach. You're going to pay for a high school player. That's just how it goes now. You're going to pay. All the old guys The dudes set in their ways what college football used to be, and man, the game has changed, and man, you got to pay these high schoolers now. You can complain about it, but it ain't changing. This is the way of the world now. The high schooler can make his bread, and he can make his money off his name, image, and likeness, and he can make you pay for his talents. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. I'm taking my talents to Ann Arbor. I'm taking my talents to Columbus, to Tallahassee, to Gainesville, to Tuscaloosa. That's what it is now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. The decision. It's like LeBron now. These dudes can do that. So ain't no point of complaining about it. Ain't no point of I don't like it, and then that's just what it is now. And let's be real. These schools, the NCAA, been getting rich off of these players for decades. For decades. If not longer. Probably about a century or more. They've been getting filthy rich off these dudes' backs. Let's call it, keep it a buck now. Let's keep it a buck. They've been getting rich off these players' backs for a long time. So it's about time these players get something for their talents. Now, do some of them deserve it? They might be trash when they get into college. That's true, you know. But it's no different than the real world. You knew you didn't deserve that promotion, and you got that good job. You knew you didn't deserve it. Hey, this the real world now. You knew you didn't deserve that job. You got that good job, and you know you don't know what you're doing. You know you don't know what you're doing, and somehow you done got a good salary job, and you didn't deserve it. Those are the things that happen in the real world. You know? Hell, it might be a big time offensive lineman or somebody that does deserve that money, and he don't get as much because he's an offensive lineman. It's the real world we talking about now. You know? These dudes have an opportunity to make money off of their talents. So that's just what it is. Ain't no point of complaining about it. You know? I saw a post with Jeremiah Smith, you know, the big time Ohio State receiver, and what's his name? Brandon Marshall. Former NFL receiver Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall was cold too. He was a dog. In Chicago, Denver, Miami. He was a dog. But he pulled up his bank account, and Jeremiah Smith pulled up his. Brandon Marshall said, "Bro, you got more money than me. You got more money in your account than me." And that's the world we in. You know what I'm saying? But Brandon Marshall didn't he didn't come up in that world. You know what I'm saying? It's just lucky for these dudes that they coming up in this type of world where they have the opportunity to get paid off from their talents. You know, Brandon Marshall, Reggie Bush, Charles Woodson, Vince Young, the list goes on and on. Desmond Howard, Troy Smith, Beanie Wells, you know, the list goes on and on. Drew Henson, Tom Brady. We could go on forever talking about these great college players, or these good college players that didn't get the chance to make that money off of their name. Cam Newton, it's just a different time. So they didn't get to make that money off of their name. Now there's a lawsuit where they're gonna back pay some of those guys, but it's not gonna be nearly as much as they could have made. You know, these dudes are just lucky they come up now. You know, so they can make money off their name. You know, come out of high school getting that paper. You want my services? What you paying? Oh, you ain't got it. Then what am I talking to you for? You ain't got the money. Click. I ain't talking to you. You broke. You got to come over here with some cheddar cheese. You know? So that's just what it is. Ain't no point in complaining about it. Let's just accept it. Get with it or get rolled over. Get with it or get rolled over. Let me see some. But yeah, what else? You know, I was thinking about something. Tom Brady. Who's y'all NFL best quarterback? Who do you think the best NFL quarterback is? Or was? Not so much is. I'm a Tom Brady guy. And maybe I'm biased because I'm from Michigan. I love Michigan football. Maybe I'm biased because of that. I got Brady. It's hard for me to put somebody above him. You know? Peyton Manning was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. He was. But he didn't show it as much in the playoffs. He had to go through Brady and Belichick, and some of them times they just got destroyed by the Patriots. And then when Tom Brady came into his own, it was kind of a wrap for the most part. You know, it was kind of a wrap. Brady's constantly going to Super Bowls, winning them most of the time. He was winning them most of the time. To me, it's just hard to say it's not Brady. Because, you know, Brady was doing more. Brady was getting it done with less. He didn't have great receivers all the time. You know, and then he did with Welker and Moss, and he put up monster numbers. And Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, he started putting up monster numbers. And then those guys left, and he was still cooking. You know what I'm saying? But you saw, okay, when we give him some really good players, receivers, hey, this dude is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that Peyton Manning wasn't great in his own right. Peyton Manning is, hey, Omaha, all that checking at the line. Peyton Manning was the first quarterback where you were like, bro, this dude is like the coach. This dude is coaching on the field. Now, both of them were field generals, because Brady was too once he got into his later career. But Peyton Manning, through the regular seasons, what he was doing at the line and understanding what it takes to win and what it takes to execute play by play, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But what hurt him was it didn't carry over in the playoffs. That's what hurt him a little bit, you know, because he went to 3 Super Bowls. He won that one in Indiana, then he won the other one. He won one and lost one in Indiana, and then he won the other one in Denver. And he put up monster numbers, I think, the year before. No, he went to 4 Super Bowls, I believe. Or was it 3? No, it was 3. He won the one in Indy with Marlon Jackson. Shout out to Marlon Jackson. And then he went to Denver, where he put up all those numbers, and then they ran into the Legion of Boom, and the Legion of Boom destroyed them. Legion of Boom destroyed them boys. Peyton Manning that year destroyed them. Disgusting. I loved it. I loved the Legion of Boom. You know, I'm a defensive-minded person, so I love that. I love to see a defense destroy a prolific offense. I love to see that. Unless it's my team, then I don't like it. Then I don't like it. But I love to see that. And then he wanted, when he won it in Denver, he wasn't putting up crazy numbers. He was barely getting it done. But they had a great defense. They had that great defense in Denver that year with Von Miller. Was that Von Miller? Yeah, that was Von Miller and them boys in Denver, where they had that great defense. But yeah, I got Brady. You know, what he did to the Falcons, that's legendary stuff. The comeback on the Legion of Boom. Yeah, I know. Pete Carroll blew it, but hey, that ain't Brady's fault. That ain't Brady's fault. You know what I mean? Pete Carroll did blow that, but that ain't Brady's fault. That Pete Carroll's a bonehead. You know what I'm saying? But that Super Bowl against the Falcons, that's the thing legends are made of. That's the stuff legends are. Brady was already a legend before then, but 28-3 in the Super Bowl? We're talking greatness. And this is where we get to the greatness talk. We're talking all-time great stuff. Like, do you have your popcorn? You got your popcorn? Because this is all-time great stuff. I don't care what nobody say. You can say, oh, they were lucky. You can say this or that. I don't care. This was all-time great stuff. 28-3 in the Super Bowl, and they won? That's all-time great. You know? When you get the nickname Captain Comeback, that means something to me. You know? And, you know, Brady did it a different type of way. Like let's say you go watch Peyton Manning's highlights or whatever, a lot of the stuff. A lot of Peyton's highlights are kind of on the outside. A lot of them are on the outside. Brady did a lot of his work on the inside, you know, in the middle of the field. In the middle of the field. Quick routes, you know, quick routes, slants, things like that. You know, Brady's quick game was on another level. And I think at this point, it doesn't get appreciated enough. Brady's quick game. Because you could not, it was so hard to sack Brady at a time in his career, in his prime, because he wasn't going to hold on to the ball. 1, 2, 3, it's out. 1, 2, it's out. 1, 2, 3, it's out. You can't get to him. You know? And that's the beautiful part of the game. You know, that's an offensive lineman's best friend. His quarterback that understands the game good enough to get rid of that ball in 3 seconds. 3-step drop. 1, 2, 3, balls out. 1, 2, balls out. And that's why you saw, like, when they did lose against the New York Giants, some of those times, and a lot of the times, those dudes understood they weren't going to get to Brady. Now, they did sometimes, but they understood we ain't going to get to him. We just let's just wait and jump. Because if we try to get to him, he's going to get rid of the ball. We don't got a chance because he's going to get rid of it. So we just got to try to get our hands up and try to bat down passes. That's a cold dude. That's a cold dude. When the defensive linemen understand that you're so good at what you do that we're not going to be able to get to him. Not because his offensive line is so good, but because he understands the game so well that he's going to get rid of the ball before I can even get to him. So our best bet is to not even pass rush him, but just hope that he throws a pass that we can knock down. That boy cold. That boy cold. And that's why I say Tom Brady is the GOAT. I mean, he's got 7 rings, so he's got that to back him up. But the fact that he's that good that the defense had to understand, like, bro, we gotta change. We gotta do something unconventional. Cause this dude is on another level, bro. This dude's quick game is a masterpiece. It's masterful. Whether it's the running back, whether it's the receiver, whether it's the tight end. This dude knows what we're doing, knows how we want to do it, and he is getting rid of that rock. And that's why I think Brady is the GOAT. Now you have your Joe Montanas, you know, West Coast offense, Joe Montana. A lot of people think, a lot of the older generation, you know, they Joe Montana guys. And I'm not gonna knock him. You know, he's 4-0 in the Super Bowls. Now, I don't think he ever threw an interception in the Super Bowls. That's crazy. That's a crazy stat, you know. But it's not just the 4 Super Bowls. What, Terry Bradshaw got 4 Super Bowls too. He's never in the he's never in the greatest quarterback conversation. You know? It's about being able to make all the throws, because a lot of people don't act like Brady couldn't make all the throws or something. Man, Brady will slice and dice you. He gonna slice and dice you. That's just a fact. You know, but that's my GOAT. That's my GOAT, Brady. Because Brady real deal has it all. He's got the stats. He's got the wins. He's got the Super Bowls. He's got Super Bowl MVPs, NFL MVPs. He's got everything. You know what I'm saying? He's real deal, got everything. It's hard to knock him. You know, usually when somebody knocks Brady at this point, they biased for whatever reason. You know, they might not like Michigan, or they might not like the Patriots just because of that. They just don't like the Patriots. It's usually some type of bias. Let me see what you're saying. Ah, yeah. Yeah, and that's why people don't hype up Terry Bradshaw with like he's the best quarterback. But he's got 4 Super Bowls, you know. But he didn't lead them to them. That steel curtain, you know, you always hear about the steel curtain. You know. What's it You know who's one of my favorite quarterbacks who doesn't get the praise that I think he deserves is Troy Aikman. Hey, Troy Aikman was similar to Brady in his prime with that. He gonna get you with 1,000 cuts. He gonna get you with 1,000 cuts with the playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He'll dink and dunk you. First down. I was a big what you call it, Troy Aikman fan. I liked Troy, but I was a Dallas fan. You know, Larry Newton, all them dudes. Larry Allen, Nate Newton, Emmitt Smith. Was it Novacek? Dion, primetime, when primetime came from the 49ers to Dallas, you know, all them dudes. You know, Dallas was it back then. What's crazy is they still haven't won another one or even got back to a Super Bowl since them boys, you know. But them boys was something serious. Troy Aikman was that dude. You know, you can say Emmitt Smith, but Troy was that dude. I promise you. Troy was that dude. He'll shred you. He will shred you. Dan Marino. Yeah. Aikman to me is one of the most accurate QBs ever. You know, the team was just so loaded and they were run heavy. So they don't get he doesn't get as much credit as I think he deserves. And you know, what you call it? And this is and that goes into something else when you're talking about NFL football. You know, if you look at numbers now, like if you look at the numbers now and once the passing era started, a dude like Tony Romo has better passing numbers than like Aikman. Like an average QB that started in this era will have better numbers than all-time great quarterbacks because it was a total different era. It was a total different era. Back then, your bread was buttered with the run game. And then you play action pass off of it, and then so be it. But your bread was buttered running the ball. That's why, and this is why a guy like Harbaugh is the way he is. You run the ball, play great defense, and then your quarterback is a game manager, or you lean on your quarterback when you have to. But your bread is buttered with the run game. That's what NFL football was back then. It was a running league. So quarterbacks, a lot of those all-time great quarterbacks, their numbers look pedestrian today. If you pull their numbers and compare them to a lot of the quarterbacks today, you're going to be like, man, these guys were garbage. But that was just how it was. They didn't throw the ball as much as they do today. So that's why their numbers look pedestrian. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't even put that into context. Like if you look at some of these receivers, some of these quarterbacks of today, and you compare them against those guys in the early 90s and the 80s, well, most of the 90s and the 80s, it's not even comparable. You're going to be like, man, those guys were trash. Those guys were trash back then. Look at his numbers. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. You know, you don't even know that you weren't passing like that. It didn't become a passing league until the mid 2000s. Became a passing league. They handcuffed the defense. The defensive players can't hit. They can't hit the quarterback barely. They can't barely touch the receivers. Oh, they're mugging the receivers now. You didn't have these 5-yard holding calls and on all these different calls to boost up the passing numbers, to boost up ratings. It was a different league. Back then, it wasn't oh man, we want the offense to put up numbers. It wasn't that type of league. You know? So that's why the game is different, and you have to look at it different. You have to have context when comparing the eras, or else you just talking. Let's see what y'all. The greatest show on turf, St. Louis Rams turned it into a passing league. That's a fact. Yep. The greatest show on turf. Isaac Bruce. What's the other receiver? Dang. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner, Trent Green, Kurt Warner. Them boys was something serious. Azir Hakim, I think that's how you say it. Azahir Hakim. Hey, them boys was something to see. Them boys was something serious. Hey, them boys would get the ball and be flying, boy. Marshall Faulk, he was something nasty, something serious. The greatest show on turf was something serious. But this is the thing with football. And this is what I love about football. Those boys were something serious. But if I recall correctly, they only won one Super Bowl. Because the league and football will always catch up to what's new. They were the new thing. You know, the passing offense and putting up numbers. You know, the great passing offense and putting up numbers, you know, passing it all over the place. You know, the running back's coming out of the backfield. We passing it to him. He nasty. Man, this is great. We're going to be unstoppable. Oh, okay. Then those defensive coordinators, they like, oh, okay. This is nice. This give me something to think about. Let's get it. Let's get it. And that's what I love about football. That's the chess match. You got Mike Martz, who's revolutionizing the game, the passing game. We're throwing it all over the place. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then you got somebody like Bill Belichick and them boys. They say, y'all throwing it all over the place, huh? Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Y'all throwing it all over the place, huh? Oh, okay, bet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all throwing it all over the place, huh? Okay. I want y'all to physically impose them receivers. Don't let them off the line. And we gonna put these boys in a phone booth. We're gonna put them in the phone booth, and we're gonna see how tough they really is. And that's what you got. New England, St. Louis, Ty Law and them boys. Put St. Louis Rams. We're gonna test y'all jaw. We're gonna test y'all jaw. We don't think y'all as tough as y'all think y'all is. See, it's all fun and good when y'all catching them passes and woo-hoo-hoo, having a blast. Y'all having a blast running up and down the field. Nah, we ain't going for that. We're going to get physical with y'all at the line, and when y'all catch it, we coming laying that wood. And I ain't talking about no Diddy. That's what's happening. That's what's great about football, and that's what I love about football, bro. Because the game will always catch up to you. You the darling and you the new thing. You're revolutionizing. Oh, okay. Well, I can run the football, keep the ball away from, play ball control, keep the ball away from you, play great defense, and have a quarterback that's gonna make a couple throws but won't lose it for me, and we can win against anybody. You can revolutionize the game, but the way the game started and how it has always been won, if you have those components, it'll never change. That about the game never changes. Playing great defense, running the ball, and a quarterback that won't turn it over but can make some throws for you, you will always be able to win. It doesn't change. That part of the game doesn't change. But you know, all these, the new fad of, I revolutionized the game. We're going to throw it all over the place. Oh, okay, bet. You can get away with revolutionizing the game and doing that stuff if you have more talent than the other team, usually. But the game will always catch back up to you. And these coordinators, these defensive coordinators, they're going to get in the lab and figure it out. In the same way with offensive coordinators. You think you got a new scheme of defense that is just, man, simple. This is the best defense. The offensive coordinators, they're going to get in the lab and they're going to figure it out. They're going to slowly figure it out. Okay, this is how to slow that defense down. It still might not be okay, this is how I pick this defense apart, but this is how we can have a chance against that defense. You know, this is how we can have a chance against that defense. But yeah, that's why I love defense. That's why I love defense, because you get these gurus that think they've revolutionized the game on offense, and oh man, this is where the league's going, and it does go to that. But defenses always catch up to it. They always catch up to it. You know, what was that Super Bowl? Kansas City. We had Kansas City against the Bucks. Kansas City against the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City thought they were just gonna be able to light up the Bucks, and the Bucks straight dismantled them. Straight defensive masterpiece. Antoine Winfield and them boys. Straight defensive masterpiece. Beautiful. Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. I think Peyton Manning threw for about 60 touchdowns that year. Then the Legion of Boom running that cover three. No, sir. Running that cover three. You're not going to beat us deep. You're going to have to dink and dunk. And if you catch it underneath, we got Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Bobby Wagner, and these boys, and they going to light you up. So catch it underneath. Catch it underneath if you want to. You can catch it underneath if you want to. Bobby Wagner or Cam Chancellor, they going to light you up, boy. They going to light you up. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. And honestly, I wish I would have bet on that Super Bowl, that Denver-Seattle Super Bowl. I should have bet on that, because Denver were big-time favorites, and something told me Seattle gonna blow these boys out. Because I saw that Seattle was gonna win, because Seattle had never been blown out. Seattle never was blown out. If they lost, it was a close game, because the defense was just that good. Them boys was something serious. Hey, the Legion of Boom was something serious. Cam Chancellor and Bobby Wagner and Michael Bennett, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman. Woo, them boys was nasty. That was a nasty defense, boy. Them boys was hitting. Cam Chancellor, oh my God, he was making dudes second guess what they even want to do. I don't know if I want to play this game. This dude is killing folks. What he did to Vernon Davis, that was disgusting. He straight lit him up on the sideline, boy. And Vernon Davis, that ain't no little tight end. He lit him up like it was a piece of paper. Whew. Yep, Brandon Browner. And then Brandon Browner went to New England with what's the dude name? What's the corner from the Jets? I can't think of his name. But he went over there with them and won a Super Bowl with Brady against Seattle. Matter of fact, against Seattle, Darrelle Revis. That's it. Yeah, he went to New England with Revis, and they won a Super Bowl. Hey, Brandon Browner got him 2. Messed around and got him 2 Super Bowls. But yeah, I love to see a defense destroy a offense that everybody thinks is the new thing. They so great, they unstoppable. Okay, that defense always gonna catch up. I promise you. The defenses will always catch up to the offenses. You know, unless the NFL or college, they just make rules to handcuff the defenses, and then they slowly gonna catch up again. They slowly gonna catch up again. You know? But it's beautiful to see. Hell, Michigan against Washington in the national championship. Same thing. Oh, Michael Penix, because I was on all these pages, these Washington fans, Purple Rain. Shout out to the Purple Rain. Shout out to the Purple Rain. But they thought their offense was so prolific. Michael Penix never gets sacked. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But like I said on them videos when I did the pregame and pregame and the live. Oh, Copper. You cannot get sacked. Just because you don't get sacked doesn't mean the ball isn't incomplete. And that's what happened in the game. And that's what happened in the games that he struggled. He wasn't getting sacked. He never got sacked that much all year. But he would get rid of the ball. He'd either throw it into the dirt or it would just be an incompletion. That's still a win for the defense just because he's not getting sacked. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? A great defense don't care if you got a great offense, a so-called great offense. Oh, okay. So you coming in, you say you got a great offense, we say we got a great defense. We're going to find out who great today. We're going to find out who great today. And that's what we found out. Our Michigan's defense was great. You had a pretty good offense. You had a pretty good offense. You had a pretty good offense. Y'all was doing some good things. But it wasn't great. Proof is in the pudding. You got to put up or shut up then. You know what I'm saying? And I know Michigan fans, we're not going to like this one. We're not going to like this one. 2006 Michigan defense against Ohio State. Troy Smith put on a clinic against us. They got in that 5 wide, boy. That boy put us in a blender. Now, the ref saved them because we was going to win that game if we got it back. But Troy Smith put us in a blender with that 5 wide. Woo-wee. That man know he had me mad that day. I was mad, dog. Because, man, we could not get to that boy. We could not get to that boy. We could not do nothing with them that day. Lamar Woodley, Allen Branch, Leon Hall, team full of NFL players, and we could not get to this sucker. I'm talking about just got all day back there bouncing, little bucket head back there bouncing in that 5 wide, just destroying us. Woo, that was a nightmare. And it was a great game to watch as a fan, or Ohio State fan, or just a fan of college football. But that was a nightmare. I was like, bro, I know we gonna shut these folks down or slow them down, and we slowed them down at the end. But by then it was too late. It was too late by then. Man, they gave us a nightmare. That Jim Tressel got in that 5 wide and gave us a headache, boy. And then they play Florida and get destroyed. They play the SEC and get straight destroyed. Yeah, they destroyed y'all. If it's Ohio State fan here, yeah, they destroyed y'all. You know what I'm saying? But man, shout out to Tressel. Hey, shout out to Tressel. He got them in that 5. He got that boy in that 5 wide, and we could not get pressure on this sucker. We could not get pressure on him. We could not get pressure on that boy. And he sliced and diced. He sliced and diced us. He did. Man. Nightmare. Nightmare. I ain't gonna front. Those 2000s, whether it was Troy Smith, Vince Young, that nightmare, I'm not gonna front. Vince Young, what Vince Young did, whatever year that was, they won the year before, the year they won the Natty, because that was when they beat us in the Rose Bowl, and then he came back the next year and won the championship in the Rose Bowl. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play college football that well. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play it that well. Vince Young that year. Starting from that Rose Bowl to that next Rose Bowl. I don't think I've ever seen anybody make everybody else look like Vince Young made everybody else look like they were playing in slow motion. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. Not against just regular competition, but the elite competition. Michigan's defense was elite. Elite talent. NFL talent. And then did it on USC with all that talent. Making NFL Pro Bowlers and future NFL Hall of Famers look like they're not in the same league as him. Like they're not even close to him. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it like that. Like he real deal made it look like, bro, I'm on another level. Cam Newton was close. Cam Newton was close to it, but Vince Young was unbelievable. Hey, this dude was throwing for 250, running for 200. He was real deal doing that in the big time games against big time competition where it was like, okay, let me put the cape on. Let me put the cape on. And he real deal is going to go out there and run for 200 and throw for 200 or 250. Like this dude is unbelievable. Dead to rights. You can't tackle him. It don't look like he's running fast at all, but he's just sliding and gliding and putting the ball out, touchdown. I'm like, this dude is killing me. This dude is killing me. Like, Vince Young, if you didn't see that live, like you can go back and watch it, but if you didn't see what Vince Young did to us in the Rose Bowl and then came back the next year, did it to USC in the Rose Bowl to win the Natty, you missed out. That dude is probably the best college football player ever for that 1 year. For that 1 year, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like, you're not this good. Oh, okay, we're going to lose. Wait, I'm on the team. No, we ain't losing. We ain't losing. We're not losing. This dude to make a big time throw, or you better hope he make a throw, because if he run it, he going to embarrass maybe your whole defense. He might embarrass your whole defense, and he going to do it in a slow and disrespectful way. He gonna do it in a slow and disrespectful way. Tiptoeing around, just gliding by your defense. Like, bro, what is happening? Like, this dude ain't running fast. He's not running that fast. Why can't y'all tackle this dude? Just taking his time, Woo-hoo-hoo. Then if he by the goal line, woo-hoo-hoo. He out there playing. Like, this dude was out there playing ballet, bro. Like, it was, I could not believe what I was watching when Vince Young, his junior, I think that was his junior and senior year, I think. I couldn't believe it, bro. Like, that was some unbelievable stuff. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play the game on their own level like that. Like, so graceful. Like, oh, I've got time. Oh, pump fake. Oh, take off. Ooh, make him miss. Ooh, glide around the edge. Put the ball in. Touchdown. And then do it again if he got to. Oh, this time I'm gonna make a little ugly sidearm throw that somehow it's accurate. Like, that dude was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. Like, he's my number one in college, honestly, because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe he did LaMarr Woodley, Marlon Jackson. I think David Harris was on that team. Leon Hall, Alan Branch. Like, this dude is doing NFL. These are future NFL veterans, Pro Bowlers that he's doing like this. And then he did it to USC with all those NFL dudes. I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it. Like, this dude is tiptoeing and gliding through a great defense. Like it's nothing. I couldn't believe that, bro. He was something else, bro. Like, Vince Young was on another level. And I don't think I've seen anybody reach that level again. Like, honestly. Cam Newton was close. I think Cam was close. But Vince was just different. The way he was gliding and the way he was moving, like, he never seemed like he was in a rush. Like, and it was like dudes couldn't even hit this dude. Like Vince Young was almost untackled. Like, dudes couldn't tackle him. Like, think of all those touchdowns he ran in against Michigan and against USC. I don't think he got tackled on any of those plays, bro. It was like dudes could not tackle this big, long dude. Like, just long, just gliding. Oh, just take my time. Whoop, whoop. Doing this. Doing the hop step on dudes. Like, unbelievable. Dude was unbelievable. You know, Bryce, and I'll say this and then I'm going to get out the car. Bryce has a similar build to Vince Young. Can he reach that level of I'm unstoppable? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else reach that level of I'm unstoppable. I haven't seen anybody reach that level besides Cam Newton. Cam Newton is got close. I think Cam got close. But Vince was just like, you can't stop me. You can't stop me, bro. Goes the Titan game with Vince Young, Chris Johnson. Hey, they was something serious. Yeah, Bryce has better throwing mechanics. Bryce has a better future as a passer than Vince. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. If Bryce becomes what Vince was in college, hey, we good. We straight. The question is we gonna win? If he becomes what Vince was, the question ain't what is he? The question is, do we win 1 or 2 championships? If he can become that in college. Because the game just moved so slow for him. He never seemed like he was in a rush. The game was just so slow. Once he got to that level of the game has slowed down for me, he was unstoppable. You know? So We can wish upon a star that Bryce gets to that level, to where the game just slows down. And hey, Vince was just, I'm just out here. All of y'all are just pawns. I'm the king. This is my game. Y'all just out here. Y'all just out here. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Favorite QB of all time? In college, well, I ain't gonna say Vince. As far as greatness, Vince. Because I think he was unstoppable. I real deal think Vince was unstoppable that last year, starting with Michigan Rose Bowl to then. But in college for Michigan, I'm not sure. Probably Chad Henne. Well, no, it's JJ. Let me stop. It's JJ. It's JJ. For Michigan, it's JJ. Definitely. But I also got a lot of love for Devin Gardner. NFL is Brady, and it's not close. I also got a lot of love for Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman was a dog. He was a tough quarterback too, you know. But yeah, college, I like Trevor Lawrence a lot too, because when he went 65 on Ohio State, oh, that was so nasty. Hey, that was nasty. Trevor Lawrence, and this is the thing. College and pros are different. If we talking about great college players, it don't matter what he do in the pros. It don't matter what he do in the pros. We talking about what did he do in college? You know, so Vince Young, Trevor Lawrence, even a Troy Smith or whoever, these guys were great in college. You know what I'm saying? These guys had college greatness. Hey, when Trevor Lawrence took it 65-70 on Ohio State, juked the safety, and then outran, I think, the corner, got the angle on the corner. Hey, I said, hey, what the hell? I said, oh, baby, I'm a fan. I became a fan. I said, oh, sunshine. That's sunshine right there. That man went through the line, hit the safety with the ooh, hit him with the big jump cut. I said, oh, baby. Then he made it to the end zone like 65-70. Oh, I said, oh, yes, sir. Hey, I'm with you. I'm riding with you now this year. Hey, let me get on. Hey, move over. I said, hey, move over. Let me get on this bandwagon. Let me get on this Trevor Lawrence bandwagon. This boy is nice. Let me get on. Is it room? Is it room for me? Hey, he took that just 65-70 on OSU. I said, hey, move over. Hello, come on, bro. Come on, move over. Move over. Let me jump on this bandwagon. Hey, this boy nice. Hey, this boy nice. Hey, that play was something serious. I didn't think he could run like that. I didn't think Trevor Lawrence could run like that. And then hit him with the juke move and took it 70. I said, oh, baby. Yeah, let me in. Let me get on the bandwagon. Yeah, I know. I'm a Michigan fan. Shut up. Just move over. Shut up. Just move over. Shut up. Just move over. Because I'm this boy is nice. This boy is nice. Yeah. And Johnny Manziel was nice too. He was. Yeah. Hey, I'm talking about Sunshine. That's what I was calling him. Sunshine. He had the long hair, so I started calling him Sunshine. Because he was nice. You know, regardless of what he does in the NFL, you can't take away what he did in college. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is the NFL, but college greatness, you can't take that from these guys. whoever they are. You know what I'm saying? Blake Corum, he was great in college to me. Some people might say he wasn't great. He was great in college to me. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was, it don't matter. Chris Wanke, Peter Warrick, great college players. They didn't do much in the pros. Don't matter. When they talk about college, they're gonna bring them dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Then you got dudes like Desmond Howard, won a Heisman, won a Super Bowl MVP. You got a dude like Charles Woodson, won a Heisman, won a defensive MVP, Super Bowl champs. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some dudes are just good at football. They're just great football players. Mike Sainristil, he probably one of them. Where I wouldn't be surprised if Sainristil gets a Super Bowl or NFL defensive MVP. I wouldn't be surprised because he's good at everything. He's good at everything. Some dudes are just good at football. So it don't matter what college, pros, it don't matter. They're just good at football. You know? Mike Sainristil, and then I'm going to get out the car. Mike Sainristil is good at everything, similar to Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson was good at everything. Blitzing, tackling. I can play corner. I can play nickel. I can play on the outside. I can play on the inside. I'm good at blitzing. Whatever you need me to do, coach. Witherspoon. Shout out to Witherspoon from Illinois. Turner. What was it? Ike Turner? No. Witherspoon knocked out Turner. I can't remember the running back we had, but Witherspoon knocked him out. No. CJ Stokes. He knocked him out. It was Stokes. Witherspoon knocked that boy out a couple times. He never recovered from them hits. But he's the same way. He's in Seattle right now, Witherspoon. He's good at everything. It don't matter what you ask him to do on the field. He's good at everything. You know what I'm saying? You want him to play inside, outside. He's a good tackler. He's good at blitzing, good at sacking the quarterback, good at getting the interception. Whatever you need him to do, he's good at it. It's just some dudes, they're just football players. So when they find, whether they on defense or offense, they're just good. Troy Brown. That's a football player. Remember, for the Patriots, they needed him to play defense. He was a good defender. Offense, you need me to play offense, coach? I got you. You need me to play defense? I got you. What you need, coach? And I'm going to get the job done. Some dudes are just football players. He's not a great defensive player. He's not a great offensive. He's just good at football. What you need, coach? And I got you. But let me go get out this car, y'all. That's all I got for this one. Appreciate y'all watching the car live. And like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue.